Emporium. The video game is coming together very, very nicely. Those LEDs are actually the 6 volts, which is kind of rare. So is this video game, Congorilla. It's a counterfeit from when Donkey Kong obviously was made. This video game goes screens 1, 2, 3, 4 in order, rather than Donkey Kong that goes 1, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 as it goes through levels. This one tends to be a little bit easier. But I thank my brother Todd for hooking a brother up with this thing, and it's really restoring very, very nicely. Now I'm probably not going to mess with it too much. This kind of thing happens when these video games are taken in and out of doorways and things. It's typical, but as you can see, the other side doesn't have that kind of problem. There's a couple little scratches on there. I call it patina on this thing. Some people might like that pristine. Well, it kind of takes some of the character out of it. I mean, all the belt buckles that were scratched up against that thing, you know. Or what's really nice is lots of times these player buttons are just absolutely melted like crazy. You can see just like one cigarette might have been set there. You can see how the paint comes off of the cigarettes. That damage is not that bad. It's just very, very minimal. I'll leave it. All these buttons and controls work just fine. That's the original light. I'm certain of it. That's behind there. All the mechanisms and everything inside of here is all original. This is really a rarity to be in this kind of condition, especially with what it is. Usually they're in bars. This one may have been an Olympic roller skating rink in behind the Rochester Airport in Rochester, New York. This particular game may have been the one that I had played as a child. It's very likely that it's the same one because there's not a lot of these out here. And for this one to wind up here is just amazing. So I hope you got something out of this video on how to replace the lights and adjust the coin rejects, which work great. The coin mechanism in there works fantastic. Oh gee whiz, bonus. This is their bonus track here. I replaced these locks in here, and I just measured the original ones and got the ones that fit. They cost $5. I got those from the Home Depot receipt you saw before. If you want to give yourself a free game without a quarter, carefully hit that little spring right there. That'll give you a free game. Learn that on one of the video games down there at Olympic. Probably not this one. It's probably a demolition derby game that the lock didn't have any tumblers in it, so it just would turn. We just open it with like the quarter we were going to put it, or we're supposed to put in it. We just turn it, hit that thing, and then close it and relock it. They didn't have the key. They probably just took the tumblers out of the original cylinder, but replacing those is very, very easy. So while we're in here, since the rest of this video is going kind of long, this is just your bonus track. Just have to undo the screw, Phillips head screw, take that screw out, take these pieces off, just take your wrench, take this bolt out, this whole thing slides out, and you can replace with a brand new one. That repair was $5. Then you have your own keys. I took one of those 3M deals, hung it up in there so I can pull it off without putting any damage on here. I just hang the keys there, so if somebody decided to get in here and wanted the quarters out of it, I just let them help themselves to the quarters. Did the same thing on the back. With this, it's the exact same thing. I have all new locks. I have the lights now work in there. There wasn't any light bulbs in there at all for some odd reason. and replace those locks. And also I set the dip switches to give 6 jump men to start with. You can change when you get a free jump man, and that's what they call it here. It's a jump man, it's not Mario. Originally this was jump man. And so there's dip switches in the back where you can say when you get a free jump man at 7,000, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, you can do 1 to 4. You can make, with the dip switches in the back, you can make it so you can do 4 plays for a quarter or up to 1 play for $1. And we will go over that in a future video. So here's a really good nickel tour of the upgrades or restoration I've done with this classic Kong-Gorilla video game from 1981. It's really a beautiful specimen and in astonishingly good shape. I didn't have to do a lot with it to get it to where it is. I don't know if I'm really going to do much more with it. There is one more thing. There tends to be horizontal problems with this thing. I've seen it twice. And when that happens, I know that they're repairing these is either a replacement of the CRT, or there might be some components on the video board that's inside of this thing. So that video's to come. I hope you enjoyed the video and got something out of it. Boom Shanka.